Welcome to the best Doane sports show here in Crete with your hosts Maury Smith and Andrew Olson. They'll be giving you the best scores, interviews, and highlights. Now, let's get ready for the show. Here's Mo.
Hi, and welcome to the Best Doane Sports Show. I'm your host, Maurice. With me always is Andrew. This week on the Best Doane Sports Show, we're going to talk about the Doane College football team and how they're doing.
Just pathetic.
But we'll get to that later on in the show. We're also going to talk about big college football games in D1 schools. There's going to be some good games this week, always. Oklahoma State versus Texas.
Right, we'll preview all those, that one and the others.
We're going to talk about basketball season's coming up pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
And the World Series is going on, so we'll get that information right to you here on the Best Doane Sports Show.
Look, honey, it's my Social Security statement.
Oh, gosh, how are we going to retire on that?
Never fear, young savers.
It's Savings Man.
You need to save more. You'll need this.
Oh, the ballpark estimate worksheet.
That's right. Get it at choosetosave.org and find out how much you'll need to save for your future.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org and stay tuned for more Savings Man.
Forget about those abs and glutes. It's your eyes people notice. You need the eye gym. Just slip it on, and the eye gym does the rest.
Taking care of your eyes is no joke. In fact, 1 in 3 Americans over 40 has a vision problem. An eye exam can spot the early signs of vision-threatening conditions like glaucoma and other serious health problems like diabetes and high blood pressure. Do not fool with your eyes. If you're over 40, remember, an eye doctor can see things you can't. A public service message from the Vision Council of America and AARP.
Welcome back to the Best Doane Sports Show, period, with Mo and myself. We're going to get right into college football right now. There's a lot of big games in the Big 12. And, the big one would be Texas, Oklahoma State. My opinion on that is Texas is going to win. But, I'd like to see them play a tough team away from home. Pretty much their hardest team away from home this year has been Colorado. And it was a tough matchup for them, let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, I think that Oklahoma State will give them a good matchup. They're also undefeated. It's a lot of undefeated teams. It's still in the Big 12 like Texas Tech. Oklahoma State, I think they'll give them a run for their money. I don't think they'll come out with the win because Texas is on another level of playing football right now, especially since they knocked off Oklahoma.
I don't even think Oklahoma State will be in the game, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just annihilated.
We'll see about that. Another big game's coming up, Georgia versus LSU. Now, LSU went down to Florida, just got spanked a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 56-13.
It was horrible.
It was just terrible. So they're facing Georgia, and they lost to, what team was that?
Alabama.
Alabama, number 2 team in the nation right now. And so I think that'll be a good matchup. Both teams.
Yeah, it'll be a tough game for both teams. So, you don't really know what to expect out of 2 teams when they, played different teams and lost to ranked teams. But
yeah.
I think I still like Georgia, even though it's at LSU, just because I think Alabama is a little tougher than Florida right now. And
I think that just playing in LSU, that's a tough place to play. When they get out of there at LSU, they just get crazy. And I've seen it on TV, but I can imagine being there and just playing in that whole atmosphere.
And they actually have a tiger on campus, so.
A live tiger?
Live tiger. Saw it last year before the national championship game.
I think that's actually a violation in probably policies.
Zoos can do it. Why can't colleges? I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Another big game, Penn State versus Ohio State.
Penn State, definitely.
Penn State, Terrell Pryor. That's a good quarterback. He's a freshman.
Yeah, but Ohio State's tough because of their defense. It's not. Sure, Beanie Wells, their running back's good, and Pryor is a good freshman quarterback, but it's just Ohio State's defense is good, and Penn State, just with that coach.
Well, they have a great quarterback, and their receiving core is actually really good. So, I think it's going to be a tough game. I can't even make any predictions because I think that game's going to come down to the wire.
And that's why he's on this show, because he can't make predictions. I can't give you the score, though.
I can't give you the score. Well, we're going to switch gears and go ahead and talk about Doane college football.
Do we really have to, or can we?
We have clips, so we're gonna go ahead and just show the clip of Doane college football right now.
Let's
just check it out. Okay, the clip's going right now.
Clip's not playing.
But it's there we go.
It's a good kick by the other team.
That's a good kick. I mean, we just are terrible. Just look at that. You can't even catch the kickoff return. Randall Reese, and that's one of my running back friends from last year, but they're not playing well at all, Andrew. Like they're not covering on kickoff returns. They're not blocking right. They're just not playing Doane College football. As
apparently that's the only clip we have.
Oh,
so might be opening kickoff. I don't know. I didn't actually make the game.
I was actually at the game, and that was probably midway through the third quarter.
Third quarter.
So man, in fact, that was after the touchdown that Eamon Feeney scored, the only touchdown that we scored in the game.
Sometimes it's better to let the ball bounce on a kick return, but there looks like he went negative yards, so I don't think that was much better.
Gosh. Well, when we come back from the break, we're going to have another clip of an interview with Matt Franzen and see what he has to say about the Doane College football team right here on the Best Doane Sports Show.
Drivers face all kinds of distractions.
Guys, stop playing, no? 127 consecutive.
Before your wireless phone becomes one of them, stop. Drive safely. Keep your phone in easy reach and dial sensibly. In bad weather or traffic, call later and use a hands-free device. Remember, with wireless, safety is your call.
Message of the day. Tanning beds are for losers. Their UV rays can be up to 15 times stronger than the sun. They can increase your risk for cancer, including melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer. Tanning can cause ugly wrinkles and age spots and can ruin your skin.
Overexposure to UV rays is the leading cause of skin cancer. Be safe. Don't go there. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Anyone who uses a tanning bed is an idiot. So get a life, or you could lose it.
Hi, and welcome back to the Best Doane Sports Show. And before we went to break, I told you guys we have a clip. I had an interview with Coach Matt Franzen, the head coach of the Doane College football team. And he had some really interesting things to say. Let's go ahead and check out what he has to say.
Interesting stuff there.
Okay.
Well, looks like he has about as much to say as the Doane offense has points on the board in the first half.
And that's not a technical difficulty. He just doesn't say too much.
And nothing, actually.
Kind of like the offense.
Yeah, nothing like the offense.
What the hell is wrong with him?
You know, I couldn't fix him if I tried, because that's not my expertise.
I don't even want to talk about the football team, because it's just so
sad. All right,
sad.
we'll just move on then.
It's just sad to talk about the Doane College football team.
It's
a sports show. We're not going to make anybody feel bad. It's just a sports show. So, moving right along.
It's a great month. It's October.
October.
That means World Series.
Yes. Tampa
Series
Bay
baseball
versus the Philadelphia Phillies.
Right, and they actually played their first game last night.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I like Tampa Bay with all their youngsters, and Longoria and Upton and all those guys, but their pitching has really surprised me, actually.
Okay.
With Kazmir and the great staff they have. So I think they'll win the series. I'm pulling for them, but I just think they'll win. They're just destined to do it. I don't know. What's your opinion, Mo?
Well, hopefully they don't play like the Doane College football team, but I want the Philadelphia Phillies to win, you know.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just because I like Philly. I don't even know too much about the Philadelphia Phillies.
Will Smith, you know.
Will Smith,
Fresh
you know,
Prince, yeah.
Biggie.
Okay.
You know, okay.
I get you.
But I think the Phillies are going to win. I watched a couple of their games, and they look pretty good on film, so I think it's going to be a good matchup. Plus, the Red Sox aren't playing, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, as long as they don't win, I mean,
good Lord.
We're all happy. Well, not all of us, but most of us. Yeah.
So it is October. It's coming to November, and that means basketball season is going to be back in.
I thought you were going to say Halloween, but it is true. Basketball's here, and Doane basketball starts actually
on Halloween.
On October 31st.
On October 31st, it's going to actually be a game at 3 o'clock. You guys make sure you come out to that game. It's going to be here at Doane College campus, and they actually play Lindenwood University. And I haven't watched too much film on Lindenwood, but I've seen our basketball team practice.
Right.
They look pretty strong in the guard position, but I don't know so much about the forward position. I mean, I like Jack Lynn, but
from what I saw last year, he just kind of just needs a little more work. I can't really explain it. He's got the height, which is good.
That's good. So did Sean Bradley, and we know how good he was.
Yeah, that is true. But they have a lot of returners from last year too. Our men's team. They're losing their top scorer, of course.
Well, Dane Cruz, but they have a lot of 3-point shooters.
Right, and they did move the 3-point line back.
So
we'll see how
I forgot about that. See how that affects the college basketball
But they've had
team.
like 9 months to practice shooting a 3-pointer from that range, so maybe 6 months. But anyway, they should be ready.
So let's go ahead and talk about college basketball. Well, D1 college basketball. North Carolina. Remember that, national champions. I'm making the prediction right now. So when it comes March and we're doing a show, just let you guys know that I made the right prediction. He's going to make the wrong prediction because Duke isn't going to win.
I'm not going to say they're going to win.
They're not. I'm going to predict. I'm going to say
Okay, it's an easy prediction when you have all your returners who weren't seniors, which is your starting 5.
Is that our fault?
And the #1 recruiting class in the nation. So, way to go out on a limb, Mo. Thanks. That's a good prediction. Well, I predict Duke takes 1 of 2 at least against.
You think they'll take 1 of 2?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
At least.
We're gonna still have the show going on then, so.
Unless we get canceled.
Probably for saying the word hell and sorry.
Don't worry, we'll cut that out.
Football. We won't cut that out. Basketball, professional basketball is actually coming up, and as you know, I'm a Lakers fan. Even though they went down to the Celtics last year, this is our season. We got Bynum back. I'll make another prediction. Championship.
It's not happening.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, well then, tell me an NBA team is going to work.
NBA team that's going to win? You know, I don't really know. I have no idea. It just changes so much in the offseason with the player and the free agency and everything. Trades that go down, and then there's injuries. It's too early to call anything. But a team that looks good because they're still the champions from last year is the Celtics, but I don't want to predict them winning.
Well, that's what this show's all about.
So I'm just going to say the Nuggets. It's their year.
Colorado suck.
They got Chris Anderson back. Birdman.
Oh, okay. We'll see what happens.
We will definitely see what happens.
Coming up next on the Best Known Sports Show, me and Andrew are going to talk a little bit more about college basketball and NBA basketball. And we're actually going to talk.
Forget about those abs and glutes. It's your eyes people notice. You need the eye gym. Just slip it on, and the eye gym does the rest.
Taking care of your eyes is no joke. In fact, 1 in 3 Americans over 40 has a vision problem. An eye exam can spot the early signs of vision-threatening conditions like glaucoma and other serious health problems like diabetes and high blood pressure. Do not fool with your eyes. If you're over 40, remember, an eye doctor can see things you can't. A public service message from the Vision Council of America and AARP.
Hi, and welcome back to the Best Known Sports Show. And before the break, I was telling you guys about the upcoming game for Doane College. Now, they've been losing lately. I think it's, 4 games in a row? 3 games in a row?
It's up there.
And Dort, next week they're going to go up to Dort College. And Dort is, this is their first year actually playing football. So
we should have them.
I think we got a chance to finally get another win up there.
Something good to talk about for next week then, hopefully, with us.
Hopefully we can talk about something really good for next week. But, I mean, it is Doane College football, so expect the unexpected.
Right, exactly.
So switch gears to NBA basketball. Greg Odom, #1 draft pick last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago in the NBA. Got hurt, wasn't able to play his rookie season. Now he's back off of injury. How do you think he's going to perform for the Trailblazers this year?
I think his performance will be, it'll be good. Like, he'll be a force to reckon with, but it's not going to carry them anywhere. Like, I don't see them making the playoffs because they're in the Western Conference, which is it's just such a tough conference. I mean, like you mentioned, the Lakers. They got the Lakers, the Spurs, the new Rockets with Ron Artest, and just everyone's so good. And it's such a young team that he plays for. I mean, it'll be a good compliment to LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, LaMarcus, he's a really good player.
Yeah, he's from Texas, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, your college is doing all right. And then Brandon Roy, who
exploded last year.
Yeah, he just went nuts.
Went crazy. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think he's going to make a lot more impacts than what everybody think.
Right.
And I mean, since he hasn't gotten to the NBA field, I don't know how good he's going to do, but I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. So I'm actually excited to see him actually get on the basketball court.
I mean, he's 20 years old and he looks like he's 80. So.
I thought he was 79.
See, 80 years old.
Almost there.
Now, let's see. It's a big weekend in sports, of course. World Series starts.
Great weekend.
And college football, NFL. So what are you going to be watching, Mo?
Well, this week I have to watch the Texas-Oklahoma State game. That's going to be the biggest game in college football this week, besides the Penn State and Ohio State game. So it's going to basically be two big games this weekend. I think I'm going to watch both. I'm going to watch both of them. So I think those are going to be the teams to watch. Are you going to watch Duke? I know they play Vanderbilt.
No, they do play Vanderbilt, which tough game because they're away, but that's not on television.
What's the record now?
3-2.
You sure?
Or 3-3.
Oh, 3-3.
You know, whatever.
I was wondering.
As long as they won 3 games, I don't really care. But what I'm going to be watching, because I'll be on the road all Saturday and I'm catching these great college football games, I'm going to be watching the all 6 movies of the Star Wars series on Sunday, because it's Packers bye.
Okay.
So I'm just going to not study on Sunday and, you know, get in tune with the Star Wars side of me. You know what I'm saying?
What? It's the Best Doane Sports
Best Doane Sports Show.
Oh, I thought we were.
Don't worry, I'll have some Star Wars analogy.
Okay,
next
I
week.
was wondering.
It's research. It's
okay.
research.
Oh, well, it's a sports show.
Yeah, see, giving you folks something to think about for a week, and then when we come back, you'll hear my analogy Star Wars-wise towards sports. So.
Star Wars and sports, I don't think that mix.
They both start with S.
Well, that does it for our show this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Doane College football game, see how they did. Hopefully, they'll get a win off. And we'll actually bring in a guest next week. It's going to be a surprise guest, so you guys stay tuned.
Surprise because we don't even know yet.
Yeah.
We're going to surprise ourselves.
We're going to surprise ourselves. So you guys be sure to tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. on DCTV here on the Best Doane Sports Show.
Have a great evening.